Taking a look at other local news, the human-elephant conflict has become a burning issue for those living in villages who depend on agriculture for a livelihood. Here is a report filed by News First correspondent in Polonnaruwa, Roshan Tushara, on another village where the threat of wild elephant attacks is intensifying.
It rains here for only 3 months. Even during these 3 months, we are unable to bring the harvest we reap to our houses because it is destroyed. See what the elephants have done.
I have no way of eating. I was going to go home and obtain some money on credit.
I have no place to stay, not even a hut to sleep at night. I am helpless now. I am at the Kajuwatta village, which belongs to the Dimbulagala Divisional Secretariat. This is another angle to the human-elephant conflict.
The signs of destruction caused by wild elephant incursions is evident here at the Kajuwatta and Kudasigire villages. This area, where cultivations with the use of rainwater takes place during a single season, is home to over 1,500 families. Farmers say that the threat of wild elephants has intensified over the past 20 years. We constantly report these incidents to the Veheragala Wildlife Office and to all other relevant places, but we have received no response. We cultivated with a loan of 10,000 rupees. We have been asked to pay the loan quickly and the interest keeps increasing. How can we pay it?
We informed the Wildlife Office and the Wildlife Department, but nothing has been done so far.
President's Coordinating Secretary on Parliamentary Affairs Kumarasiri Hettige attended the Prefect's investiture of Yasodhara Vidyalaya in Malambe today.
The Prefect's badges were pinned on 20 students at the event. Physical development is taking place all over. However, because of what we hear these days, we have developed a major fear regarding the future society. If the parents of the children we teach are facing problems and if the environment is problematic, then will these children not become our foes?
Take a look at the second semi-final of the ICC Champions Trophy that is currently underway between India and Sri Lanka in Cardiff in Wales. India a short while ago were on 102 runs for the loss of 1 wicket. Now stay tuned because later on Sports First we will be joined by a very special guest. And with that we move on to a look at our developing international story. International story, Brazilian authorities have failed to halt nationwide protests despite reversing the public transport fare increase that sparked the unrest. Now crowds blocked main roads in Sao Paulo and Brasilia and protesters confronted police in Rio de Janeiro shortly after the U-turn was announced.
At least 30,000 people rallied in the northeastern city ahead of the Confederations Cup game with Mexico. The unrest was sparked by transport hikes in Sao Paulo, but it has now grown into broader discontent over poor public service and corruption. Authorities in Rio and Sao Paulo said recent price rises would be reversed. More than 250,000 people have taken the streets in over a dozen cities across Brazil over the past few days. The change of heart in Rio and Sao Paulo was announced by officials in the two cities yesterday. The announcement will be seen as a major victory for the protest movement. Governor of Sao Paulo State Geraldo Alckmin and the city's mayor Fernando Haddad said they have taken steps to allow the dialogue with peaceful protesters. Major demonstrations are planned for tomorrow in both Rio and Sao Paulo. Last Tuesday, riot police and protesters clashed in Sao Paulo, the largest city. The current unrest is the biggest since 1992 when people took to the streets to demand the impeachment of then-President Fernando Collor de Mello.
Now, speaking in Parliament today, Parliamentarian Anura Kumara Dissanayake said that the government has failed to establish civil rule in the north over the past 4 years.
The first thing that should have been done was remove the military from civil activities. They should have been restricted to camps and civil administration should have been gradually established. However, for the past 4 years, you did not establish civil administration. They imagined this area as a place that was captured unofficially. It is our responsibility to rebuild this province. There is a select committee made up of all members, and this responsibility is vested upon all of us.
Well, Sri Lanka are taking on India in the crucial second semi-final of the ICC Champions Trophy for a place in the final against England. Now with us in the studio tonight is former Sri Lankan Test cricketer Sanjeewa Ranatunga. Now Sanjeewa, a short while ago India won 106 runs for the loss of 1 wicket. Do you think Sri Lanka has any hope at this point of getting into the finals?
If you really look at it, it's very difficult to get into the game once again. But if you look at the game, really, I think where went wrong for us, starting from weather to the surface and even the combination, everything went wrong with Sri Lankans. The wicket had a little bit of moisture, probably due to the rain they had last night, and the surface had a little bit of so we call it spongy bounce, so it is very difficult to play your shots. Sri Lankans are known to play their natural shots, so probably that really put Sri Lankan back when they were batting. But I think now the surface is getting little better, but still there's movement and things like that, so probably our bowlers were not bowling really well as Indian. Now we have been joined with Sanath Jayasuriya from Cardiff. We can ask, we would like Sanath, we would like to know what's the situation right now in the at Cardiff, and do you think that we have a chance of getting back to the game?
Sanju, it's difficult at the moment. The way our bowlers bowl fairly a bit okay, but I think not the movement we were expecting earlier on. It's not happening now. It's not much happening. It's much better wicket actually, and also same time we must all should know that Indian batting lineup is good. They are playing their natural game and they're attacking all the time. So I think for us to come back, we need to get those wickets at least another 2-3 quick wickets. It's very difficult at the moment, but I think but still the good thing is our bowlers are trying their best, especially Kulasekara and Thisara Perera and everyone. The bowlers have been bowling their best and they are trying their best, but we have a big task for it.
Yeah, Sanath, when we look at the game, it looks little, the surface looks little better. Is it the way our bowlers are bowling? Are they hitting the deck right, or is it something to do with the change of the weather? Has the sun come out and right the surface, or what has happened, really?
Nothing happened. Like you said earlier in the morning, it was a spongy bounce, and it was raining the last night and early in the morning. It was a lot of so seeing movement was there in the wicket, but when you goes on playing for a little while and the wicket got settled down, I think nothing much different on the wicket, but I think surface is getting a little better and better all the time.
Thank you very much, Sanath. Yes, Nadeem, you can take.
Thank you, Sanjeewa. Well, we hope that Sri Lanka will be able to pull off a miracle victory in this match. And on that note, we wrap up this edition of Primetime News. I'm Nadeem Majid.
And I'm Krishna Panitharatna.
Good night.